All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Gen716 back here again, and today I want to quickly talk to you guys about the Panthers on the verge of signing Teddy Bridgewater to a 3-year, $60-something million contract. And it hasn't been really confirmed yet, but this has been the talk literally all day that the Panthers are really that they're close to getting that Teddy Bridgewater deal done. So by the time this video is probably already finished, the deal might be confirmed. Yes, Cam Newton is unhappy. He's pissed off, actually, and the Panthers are seeking to trade him away. So again, if we can get more detail on that, I can report that deal if it ever gets done. But obviously, the Panthers are moving on in a different direction. Of course, they're trying to, again, Matt Rule, and then you bring in Joe Brady in. They're moving on in a different direction. Again, they don't know Cam Newton. As far, and they probably look into Cam at this point. They probably know who he is. But again, I just feel like they're just probably moving on in a different direction. Again, maybe they like what Teddy Bridgewater did. Again, Joe Brady, he was the offensive coordinator or the co-offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. And Joe Brady's system is actually pretty similar to the Saints offense, and Teddy Bridgewater excelled in that when Drew Brees was hurt. So bringing in a guy like Teddy Bridgewater who's familiar with the system that Joe Brady is running in, I think that helps, right? Cam Newton is unfamiliar with this type of system. Not to say that he can't learn it, because I think he can learn it, but I think that they just believe in Teddy Bridgewater more. I mean, clearly believe in Teddy Bridgewater more. Is this the right move for the Carolina Panthers? I don't really know, because again, Cam Newton is Cam Newton, right? He's he's one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. He's 6'5", 250 pounds. He can run the football, very, very mobile, very extremely elusive in the pocket. Has a cannon of an arm. Not the most accurate passer in the world, and he does turn over the ball, but he does get the job done, right? He's a former MVP. He almost won the Super Bowl, right, during that MVP season. He's been a huge impactful player for the Carolina Panthers. He's been the franchise quarterback since 2011. So, but he's also dealt with injury issues. Let's be honest with ourselves. He's dealt with injury issues a lot, and it's not his fault. Because really, it's Carolina's fault. They didn't give him the protection that that he deserved, right? Quarterbacks like Andrew Luck, Deshaun Watson, I mean, these guys are literally getting hurt. These guys don't have the protection. These guys got all the talent in the world, but they just don't have the protection there. Also because they run the ball a lot with Cam Newton, right? They do a lot of power runs, stuff like that. And again, he, just a lot of wear and tear in his body. So I think that also plays a factor into why they want to go with Teddy Bridgewater. They want a more fresher quarterback. They want a guy that, again, knows the Joe Brady system a lot more, or that is very familiar with the system that Joe Brady's about to run in. And, I don't know. It's hard because, again, he's Cam Newton. He's still there, but he's got the injury issues. And, Teddy Bridgewater's a backup quarterback, but this is a guy that started around 6 or 7 games for the New Orleans Saints. So, what could he have done in a full game span, right? Would the defenses adjusted to Teddy Bridgewater if he would have been a full-time starter, right? Like, it's the same thing with Ryan Tannehill. Like, Ryan Tannehill had that hot streak, but once defenses really get acclimated and they get adjusted to Ryan Tannehill, is he going to revert back to why he became a backup in the first place, right? It's tricky because, like, you look at guys like Nick Foles, you look at guys like, again, Ryan Tannehill is another example, right? Matt Castle. Just to give you guys some examples, I mean, we've seen this story before where these quarterbacks are hot, and then defenses get adjusted, they get acclimated to the play, and then they revert back to their old way. So it's risky, right? Cam Newton is a proven quarterback, right? Teddy Bridgewater is a guy that's had success with the Minnesota Vikings. He did get them to the playoffs, but he is in that same category as a Tannehill, where he's a backup quarterback, and he could be a starter on any NFL team, but he's not elite. He's not borderline elite. He's just average, or maybe or slightly above average. I think that's where I would give Teddy Bridgewater. But maybe he can excel with the Carolina Panthers. Maybe he can excel with Joe Brady. Maybe they're seeing something that I am not seeing. But I think Teddy Bridgewater is also cheaper. I'm not too sure about that, but I think Teddy Bridgewater is also cheaper. I think Cam Newton costs a little bit more cap space for them. So I think that's why they want to go a little bit with the cheaper route with Teddy Bridgewater compared to Cam. Even though Teddy Bridgewater is going to be getting over $20 million a year, Again, maybe Teddy Bridgewater is he's the more cheaper option compared to Newton. Again, there's a lot of factors going into why I think they're going to go with Teddy Bridgewater over Cam. But it just sucks for Cam. Again, he's been loyal to the Panthers organization for almost a decade now. He's been their guy. But I felt like for a business decision, I felt like, the injury issues, I think, are the biggest reason why they want to get rid of him. He's unreliable when it comes to just staying healthy for a full game season. Right? He's dealt with so many issues. So I think that is probably the biggest factor why they want to move from Cam. But as far as, is this an upgrade for Cam as far as talent? I just don't think so. I think Cam is the more talent. He's the more polished. I think he's more talented than Teddy. But again, Teddy's probably the more fresher quarterback, like I said in the beginning, compared to Cam. So anyway, guys, let me know how you guys feel about this. Again, this deal hasn't been confirmed yet, but they're very close to getting this deal done. So by the time this video is already done, the deal is probably going to be already made. So 3 years, something around the lines of $60 million. So somewhere around that ballpark. And, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Cam Newton in the future. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, more stuff on free agency. Definitely in a bit because there's a lot of going on right now. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Gen716, stay safe. I'm out. Peace.